Dallas Cowboys superstar Ezekiel Elliott suspended without pay over allegations of domestic violence, even though he hasn't been charged with the crime. It's a sharp change of direction for Lee critics say was known for letting alleged domestic abusers off easy, even in the face of what some called overwhelming evidence. So are we now seeing a new NFL?
Begins with Elliott breaking it into the secondary, and it's a foot race, and he will not be touched.
He's one of the NFL's top players, superstar Dallas Cowboys player Ezekiel Elliott, the toast of the NFL in Dallas, Texas, bearing it all in ESPN's Body Issue.
Ezekiel Elliott, plain and simple, is one of the best young players in the game. It's a major blow to a team that thought it could compete for a Super Bowl this season.
But now the running back is under a cloud of controversy, suspended for 6 games for violating the NFL's personal conduct policy.
The Dallas Cowboys are furious. They did not see this coming.
In a letter informing Elliott of their decision, the NFL says the suspension stems from their investigation into allegations of domestic violence. Elliott's ex-girlfriend accused him of multiple instances of physical violence during the week of July 16, 2016. Although she reported it to the Columbus, Ohio Police Department, Elliott has denied the allegations and was never arrested or charged with the crime.
The commissioner, Roger Goodell, has the power to be able to suspend players even though they aren't found guilty in a court of law.
Damian Woody was an offensive lineman for the New England Patriots and the New York Jets.
I think from the players' perspective, a lot of players are I think, shocked by the fact that it's 6 games, considering that Ezekiel Elliott hadn't been convicted of a crime as far as domestic violence is concerned.
The NFL conducted its own investigation and said they found that credible evidence establishes that on multiple occasions, Elliott used physical force against her, resulting in her injury, including on one occasion injuries to her face, arms, wrist, and hands.
When you hear what Ezekiel Elliott allegedly did, it is incredibly troubling. At least 3 times hitting his girlfriend, hitting her all over her body, over and over again. This is the kind of thing that you just scratch your head and you say, how is this possible? This man could do this one night and then another night and then another night.
In their letter to Elliott, the NFL also pointed to an incident in March of 2017, captured in video obtained by TMZ Sports, where Elliott appears to pull down the shirt and grab a woman's breast at a St. Patrick's Day parade. The NFL called the incident inappropriate and disturbing and reflected a lack of respect for women.
For him to behave in that manner, obviously shocking the woman, shocking anyone who watched it, it's extraordinary. This is a role model? Are you kidding me?
Late this afternoon, Elliott's attorneys responding in a statement that the NFL's findings are replete with factual inaccuracies and erroneous conclusions, and it cherry-picked so-called evidence to support its conclusion. Elliott and his lawyers plan to appeal and say during the upcoming weeks and through the appeal, a slew of additional credible and controverting evidence will come to light. And tonight, Elliott tweeting, "I am both surprised and disappointed by the NFL's decision today. I admit that I am far from perfect, but I plan to continue to work very hard on the field and off the field to mature and earn the great opportunity that I have been given." Ezekiel Elliott's suspension is a stark contrast to how the NFL initially disciplined former Baltimore Ravens running back Ray Rice for assaulting his then-fiancée, Janae Palmer. There's 2014 video obtained by TMZ Sports showing Rice dragging his then-fiancée's limp body out of an elevator after what police say was an assault. Rice was indicted on aggravated assault charges. The very next day, he and Palmer married. 2 months later, the two of them appear together at a press conference.
I failed miserably, but I wouldn't call myself a failure because I'm working my way back up. I just want to thank her for loving me where I was weak and building up where I was strong.
Palmer, sitting at his side, apologizes.
I do deeply regret the role that I played in the incident that night. I love Ray.
Some critics called the press conference a sham.
Horrible press conference where Janae Palmer Rice is apologizing for her behavior, which was just unthinkable.
Then the NFL gave Rice what many considered a slap on the wrist, just a 2-game suspension for domestic violence.
There are consequences when you make a mistake like that. I stand behind Ray. He's a heck of a guy.
A firestorm erupts, with critics chastising the NFL for giving Rice a lesser punishment than a 6-game suspension imposed on players caught using banned substances. And then later, a second video emerges, also obtained by TMZ Sports, showing Rice punching Palmer in the face in that elevator. The Ravens terminating the running back's contract and the NFL then suspending him indefinitely.
I got it wrong in the handling of the Ray Rice matter, and I'm sorry for that.
After that, a mea culpa from NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell.
We're going to do better going forward.
Rice appealed the suspension and was reinstated, although to this day he is yet to be re-signed by a team. But more importantly, sweeping changes in the league's personnel conduct policy, including independent investigative powers and a minimum 6-game suspension for first-time domestic violence offenders. Elliott's suspension is one of the first major tests of the new policy.
This was the time where the league finally acted, and it sent a message loudly and clearly to any player who's going to be involved in any domestic violent incidents. This is not going to be tolerated, and it's not going to be accepted.
This is a stunning fall from grace for one of the NFL's most promising players.
Elliott hurdles the tackler.
Elliott was a star at Ohio State.
And bust to the end zone.
Elliott's prospects were so bright, ESPN's E60 profiled him right before the 2016 draft.
If you trust your support system, you trust the people that care for you, and you listen to them, then nothing but good things will come from that.
The Dallas Cowboys select Ezekiel Elliott.
He was the 4th player chosen overall and headed to the biggest stage in football, Dallas.
And Elliott for the touchdown.
In his rookie season, he led the league in rushing.
You know, I'm a competitor, and I love going out there when there's high stakes. You know, everyone's watching, all eyes on you. And I mean, that's fun to me.
And helped the Cowboys reach the playoffs.
And Ezekiel Elliott out across the 45.
Today's decision by the NFL putting this season on hold.
Jerry Jones, the Cowboys owner, had been outspoken in public about the fact that he read the league's report, he had looked into it, and he didn't believe that Ezekiel Elliott committed any domestic violence acts here.
This is an opportunity for Zeke to have some self-reflection. Hopefully, you know, a guy that talented, he'll get it together and be a productive player not only on the field but in the community.
The NFL is a multi-billion-dollar business, a brand. The days when a player's behavior off the field was met with little more than a wink are long gone.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.